So today, let's talk about this really unique project that's taking shape down in San Pedro. On the surface, it's about a historic building at 363 West 6th Street. But it's so much more than just bricks and mortar. It's a memoir, it's a promise, and really, it's a personal invitation for you to be part of the story.
Okay, this quote right here, this is the whole idea in a nutshell. It's not just about, renting some studio space. It's about contributing to something bigger, something that's already got a history. It just sets this beautiful, poetic, and really inclusive tone for everything else we're about to get into.
So it's super important we frame this the right way from the get-go. This is not your typical commercial business. Think of it more like an invitation to join a song that's already being sung, a chance to add your voice to the music.
And the mission? It's actually pretty simple and incredibly powerful. To create a space for what they call the small local dreamers. It's for those people who've maybe been told their whole lives to be quiet. This place is handing them a microphone so they can finally be heard, and so their stories can find a home in a stranger's heart.
So, who's behind all of this? Who is the soul of this project? Well, Donn Allan isn't some slick corporate brand. Nope, it's actually a heartfelt combination of the founders' parents, Donna and Allan.
Now check this out, because this is where you can see the project's entire philosophy. It's all broken down through these two people. You've got Donna, the lantern. She was a psychologist who provided this empathetic light, who taught that empathy isn't just a feeling, it's a discipline. And then you have Allan, the spine. He was a cardiologist who became a venture capitalist, and he provided the structure, the resolve. He's the one who funded the dreams. Together, they create the blueprint for this whole experience.
And this was Allan's core belief. This one single idea is absolutely crucial because it explains the spirit of resilience that you feel everywhere in this project. It even gives the Video Labs their name.
So get this, decades ago, Allan launched this really ambitious venture called Voxel, and it failed. But instead of burying that memory, his daughter decided to resurrect the name. Voxel Labs isn't just some cool-sounding brand, it's a tribute. It's a tribute to the belief that every single attempt matters, and that failure is never, ever the end of the story.
So this really personal legacy, it's not just an idea floating in the air. It is deeply connected to a physical place. The building itself is a character in this story, with its own rich, century-long history and its own ghosts.
I mean, just look at the life this building has lived. It started as a bustling Penney in the roaring 20s. Then it became a call center, a t-shirt shop, and even a dance studio. Each one of those lives left an echo, a layer of history. Until 2020. That's when the music finally stopped, and the building it just waited.
What's really interesting is that the founder, Jennifer Wolf, is a therapist. So when she saw the leaking roof and the peeling paint, she didn't see a teardown project. She saw a patient. The renovation wasn't just construction. For her, it was an act of therapy, of listening to the building's trauma and helping it heal.
And that desire to heal, it connects to something even deeper, even more personal. After nearly 2 decades together, the arrival of their son Nathan made this one powerful question come into focus. It wasn't about money, it was about legacy. What tangible piece of their values, their work, and their love were they going to leave behind for him?
So where does the community fit into all of this? Well, you're not just customers or clients. You're the whole point. You are the central focus of this building's entire next chapter.
So how can you actually get involved? Well, it really boils down to 4 main things. First, you give your voice, right? You use the labs to tell your own story. Second, you adopt that resilience, that voxel mindset. Third, you take ownership. You walk in and feel like this place belongs to you. And finally, you attend the opening and just join the celebration. And this part, this is what I think is just brilliant. This shows you how much heart is in this project. You're not going to be booking Studio A or Conference Room 3. No way. You're going to be creating in the Jonathan or the Zoe, named after the family's nieces and nephews. And your prep space? It might just be the Rudy or the Mercury, named after their cats. How great is that? And this is the whole goal. This is the dream. The hope is that every single local artist, every creator, every dreamer who walks through those doors feels this exact sentiment. A deep, personal sense of pride and ownership.
This is the invitation straight from the founder, and it's such a powerful call for just authenticity. You don't have to be polished or perfect to add your verse to this song. Actually, your imperfections aren't just welcomed, they're pretty much required.
Okay, so this brings us to the emotional climax of the entire story.
This is where the public opening of the building weaves together with this really profound and deeply personal milestone. So you're going to want to mark your calendars for this one. Summer of 2026, the Donn Allan Experience will have its grand opening. Voxel Labs will officially go live, and the doors are going to swing open. The whole idea is to bring a new energy, a new buzz back to West 6th Street. But that season holds a little more weight. See this number? 6,570? When this story was written, that's how many days Jennifer and her partner, Edwin, had been together. We're talking about a journey of nearly 2 decades.
And after proving their commitment for all those days, Jennifer and Edwin decided it was finally time to get married. But they knew they couldn't just do it in some rented hall. No. They had to build their own altar. This building, this structure that they resurrected with their own sweat and tears, that is their wedding ring.
So the final invitation is really that simple. It's a call to action that asks you not just to be a spectator, but to be a participant. Come visit the space, come build on its story with your own, and come celebrate a new beginning for a building, for a community, and for a family. The only real question left is, what verse are you going to add?